The United States has launched a series of retaliatory airstrikes targeting dozens of ISIS positions inside Syria, marking one of the most significant military responses in recent months. According to U.S. defense officials, the strikes were carried out after intelligence confirmed an increased threat from ISIS-linked militants operating in the region. Late last night, U.S. military aircraft struck multiple ISIS facilities, including command centers, weapons storage locations, and training camps. The Pentagon stated that these operations were conducted with precision to avoid civilian casualties and were based on real-time intelligence gathered by U.S. and allied forces. Defense officials emphasized that the strikes were a direct response to recent attacks and planned operations by ISIS against U.S. personnel and coalition partners in the Middle East. The goal, they say, is to disrupt ISIS's ability to organize, recruit fighters, and carry out future attacks. A senior U.S. military official said the operation was deliberate and defensive in nature, stressing that the United States does not seek wider conflict in Syria. However, the official added that Washington will act decisively whenever American lives or interests are threatened. ISIS, although weakened compared to its peak years, continues to operate through sleeper cells and remote bases, particularly in parts of eastern and central Syria. Experts warn that the group has been trying to regroup by exploiting instability in the region, using ungoverned spaces to rebuild its network. The Syrian government has condemned the strikes, calling them a violation of sovereignty, while regional reactions remain mixed. Some allies view the action as necessary to prevent ISIS from regaining strength, while others are urging restraint to avoid further escalation. On Capitol Hill, U.S. lawmakers are divided. Supporters of the strikes argue that swift military action is essential to national security and global counterterrorism efforts. Critics, however, are calling for clearer authorization and long-term strategy regarding U.S. involvement in Syria. Military analysts say the strikes could temporarily weaken ISIS operations, but warn that air power alone may not eliminate the threat completely. They emphasize the importance of intelligence sharing, regional partnerships, and political stability to prevent extremist groups from resurging. For civilians living near the targeted areas, fear and uncertainty remain high. Humanitarian organizations have called for increased monitoring to ensure civilian safety and access to aid following the strikes. As the situation develops, the U.S. military says it will continue to assess the impact of the operation and remain prepared for additional action if necessary. Officials stress that counterterrorism remains a priority, and any group threatening U.S. forces will face a strong response. This latest development highlights the ongoing challenges of maintaining security in the Middle East and the persistent threat posed by extremist organizations like ISIS, even years after their territorial defeat. For continued updates on global security, U.S. military actions, and breaking international news, stay connected with U.S. Guru News.